What is your American dream?
My American dream. Wow. Piece of the pie. Definitely expanding our business, corporation, making it worldwide.
I've experienced so many stories of immigrants coming in, and I want to see everyone have the same opportunity to achieve their dream equally, no matter what demographic background they come from.
My American dream is I hope that one day we can actually live up to our pledge and have liberty and justice for everyone in America, because America is supposed to be the melting pot and the safe haven for immigrants that migrate over here.
My American dream is for people and animals to come together in unity and peace, honestly.
The whole idea of the American dream is that I have the ability and option to decide what I want my dream to be. And for me, that's what American dream is all about.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Welcome, everybody. I had to look at the date, September 18th, 2019. And guess what? The gang is back. That's right.
All here.
Yannick Yo-Yo Elliott straight back from Ethiopia.
Yes.
Belgium Kim straight back from sickbed.
Yes.
Brad Bernstein.
Yesterday,
Brad Bernstein straight back from weekend in Paris.
Hey, I had a week in Belgium in there that I want to throw in. Like, I went to Belgium 2 weeks ago. I feel like I can ride that wave.
No. You were.
I did say that, but I'm saying, like, now you guys all went on your trips and I feel left out, so my FOMO is just...
You were sick in bed.
Yeah, that's true.
That was basically that was it. So Yannick Yo-Yo Elliott, Brad Squad, welcome back. Let's get to the Brad Squad first. Let's say hello to Marcia McCullough, Cordella Douglas, Fearless, Michelle, Dion Watson. By the way, on my Instagram at Real Brad Bernstein, everybody was writing. I haven't got a chance to write everyone back. I was busy today.
Right.
Like, oh my God, we miss you, we miss you, we miss you. I missed you as well.
Yes.
Myrtle Ray, Dawn Harriet, Carol Anderson, the Tiger, Ojo Adunul Tunmis says, what's up, boss?
Okay.
Yes,
He said, what's up, boss?
Boss. That's
Jessica Leamy, how are you? Fearless, Michelle, Eileen Clark, Sandra Salinas saying hello, everybody. I think Sandra's becoming one of our Iron Ladies. She doesn't miss a show anymore,
I don't think so, no.
No, like Jessica Leamy. She's right in there with Jessica Leamy, Ma Dukes, Cordella, right? Tamika, Carol the Tiger. Well, I've not seen Carol the Tiger here yet, but I'm sure she's around. Dion Watson, Cece Mitchell, also an Iron Lady as well. Lady Gaza, TK.
Ooh.
Who's Lady Gaza?
Lady Gaza.
I don't know. Is she new? Welcome.
But she is not new because she's capital squad up, beautiful.
Wow.
So she is.
Lady Gaza.
I think she's one of the Brad squatters as a new name.
I was going to say, did we have a name change?
Yeah, maybe we had a name change. Verona Wright Ingram with a question we will get to in a little bit. Today is hump day, so we're going to get to your questions a little bit later. I know the phones are already locked and loaded, but we will get to that in a few minutes.
It must be Wednesday.
What?
It must be Wednesday.
It must be Wednesday.
Locked and loaded.
Well, no, that's Donald Trump's thing. I'm locked and loaded.
Oh.
Elizabeth Francis, how are you? Sheer Webley, Marcia McCullough, Andre Roberts, and Lady Gaza says, Brad, it's me, First Lady Hewitt. I knew it was a name change. I knew it was a name change. And on YouTube, Marcine Frazier, Ja Love, not double fisting today. Tracy Lacey, what's going on? Scarlet Knight, back it up, Ricky.
Love it.
Backing it up right into hump day, right?
What I'm really excited is for BK Ricky to actually change his name to Back It Up. Like, it has nothing to do with Back It Up, but one day he's just going to change it.
Just because of you,
Brad. Like Brad supporter.
But Bod Adewale saying hello to everybody. Kino Soso saying squad up. Bax Young. backs young.
Backs young.
All right, he's closer to back it up than backing up
Right.
Ricky, right?
That's true, but with him, you're gonna go like old wise man or
Yes,
something because
exactly.
it says young. So yeah.
Jenny Fernandez, how are you? Simone Garraway, Arlinda Sanchez, Valentino Mo says, Buonasera.
Buen será.
Buonasera. Is that French?
No.
Italian?
Italian.
Italian.
Look at that.
Italian. Ah, very nice. Very nice.
Buonasera.
Island Girl said,
Buonasera.
miss you guys. Keisha Roberts, Andre Flores, Jonathan Keogh says, Jonathan is here. We didn't know that, Jonathan. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jonathan.
And
We do now.
he just tuned in. Innocent Dodd Binga. Just 100%.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
100%. Now, Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, I watched Instagram.
Oh, did
Okay,
you?
now fill us in on what happened in Ethiopia. What was going on there?
So first,
You told me you have a great story to tell
I do have a great
me.
story.
And
Before
you-
I get into what I did.
And I just want to say, I spoke to Jonathan earlier, but he said, Brad, I have a great story to tell you, but I'm going to tell you on the air, so I have no idea
Oh, that's
what-
so smart.
what the story is. Do you
Right.
know the story?
No, I haven't heard it.
Okay, so let's hear the story.
Yeah.
So, this is before I, talk about my trip. So, when I first get to Ethiopia, I stayed with my uncle who has a new wife. We don't really know her, but we know of her. She's amazing, gorgeous, Brookie, love her. And when we sat down, we were having breakfast, she was like, I was like talking to my brother who just moved to Virginia, and he was like freaking out because he needed to get his visa and whatnot. So he showed me a show, and she was like, that's my husband's nephew. So her brother in Ethiopia showed
Right.
her your show.
That's great.
That we are all
that you are all on.
Yes.
And by the way, it's our show, but it's okay.
So she was like,
Hilarious.
yeah, everybody here knows about your
Yes.
show.
Right, let me just make it clear what this is. Okay, this is our show, but since I have a big ego, I just called it the Brad Show instead of the Brad Yo-Yo and Belgium Kim Show. That's
It actually, is Brad and I'm show and she's live. So
Perhaps.
Exactly right. That's
Perhaps.
exactly right.
that's exactly
Tag
what it is.
yourself
So
in the logo.
So now I also saw you hosted New Year's Eve in Ethiopia.
I did. So a lot of people don't know. It is actually 2012 in Ethiopia.
It's 2012.
It's
Wow.
2012.
They're about 7 years behind in Ethiopia.
Or
What's
we're
going
7
on?
years in
Ahead.
front because they
Why
go off of the
2012?
Gregorian calendar,
But
which is like.
Or they're 3 months ahead of 2020.
No. It is 2012 out there. So I hosted.
But wait, if it's 2012 was 7 years ago, so how is that ahead?
Because we're ahead.
We're
I said yes.
Yes.
We're 7 years ahead. They're present.
They're on. Yeah, they're on time.
Right.
That's
so in
the
other
actual
words,
calendar we should be
so
following.
basically, this is the problem with the world.
There
Right.
you go.
Okay. Ethiopia is present.
Yes.
In reality.
Yes.
Everybody else is in some la la land,
Exactly,
right? Okay,
exactly.
so it's 2012
It
in
is
Ethiopia.
2012 in Ethiopia. They go off of a Gregorian calendar. It's an old school calendar. It's supposed to be like when Jesus Christ was actually born, and they go from that. So, yes, it is 2012. I did host the New Year's. I hosted a big concert. So I've had a TV show out there for about 9 years now, and I had no idea how big that show was. So literally right when I touched down, everybody started rushing the plane. I had literally everybody. I was on TV shows. I was.
Wow.
It was insane. But the main thing about it was the love that they had for me and the love that they, showed me.
That's
It
amazing.
was amazing.
Now, that's actually interesting to me about the Gregorian calendar. Is it a different New Year? Does it switch based on the moon, or is it always in?
So it's always around September 12th
Right.
area.
Uh-huh.
But it's a weird calendar. I don't even know the extent or the whole story about it and how exactly they the days come, but it's usually in September. That's when the New Year's, and I hear that Russia actually follows
Yeah, because they're not
calendar as
because
well.
it's an Eastern Orthodox.
Yeah,
calendar.
exactly.
Now I will tell you something that you don't know yet. Okay, it is also the Jewish New Year next week. But we go off a different calendar also.
Wow.
In the Jewish New Year, it is the year 5780.
Really?
2 weeks from now, or 10 days from now. It's a week from Monday, so
Wow.
10 days from now. Okay, 5780. And it's not from the day that Jesus Christ was born.
What is it from?
It's from the day of Adam and Eve.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I feel so ignorant. Like, I feel like every teacher and every school has let me down up to this point. How are there whole other
Basically.
calendars?
There are more calendars, right?
Time is a construct.
Right.
Stop listening to the man. Education will let you down.
Right. So I mean, we're way in the future.
Right.
We're way in the future.
Yes.
Or maybe we're present in 2012 because we started the calendar back at Adam and Eve.
You see?
I'm a
You don't know.
time
never know.
traveling lost
never
woman,
know.
y'all.
But it was
Lost
amazing.
woman.
It was amazing. I got to hang out with family and also do the whole New Year's traditions,
Right.
like jump over fires for good luck, and it was just amazing. It was awesome.
That's great. And Belgium Kim.
Yeah.
Tell me about sickbed.
Oh my God, it was fantastic, Brad. I had a migraine, so I couldn't turn on any electronics or enjoy anything. And I couldn't sleep either. It was so much fun. Very peaceful.
Well, hopefully this will not give you back a migraine. Can you please tell everybody to share? And maybe if they share, you wouldn't have that migraine. Kim called me. She goes, people aren't sharing. I'm really getting a migraine.
I'm getting a migraine.
I'm getting a migraine right now.
You guys gave me a stress headache.
Yes.
So don't do it today. Oh wait, you need to do this.
Oh, this
Sorry.
is me.
We're at
It's been about
practice.
2 weeks. Everybody watching, please share. This is my first day back in 2 weeks. This is the first day that BSL has come together in 2 weeks. So please show the love by sharing. First of all, we need everybody on YouTube and on Facebook to please join the Brad Show Live group on Facebook because you get a lot of incentives. You get special treatments, which I like special treatments. I'm sure you guys do too. So the first 5 people that put their comments and their social media questions in the group, you guys get the first 5 questions. So that's huge because we don't get to every question every day. All right. So make sure you guys join the group right now. Just press join. We're gonna put the link in, and we will actually accept it as we're watching. All right. Now for Facebook, we need you guys to share. We have 98 people watching right now on Facebook, so we need to make sure that you guys get this show out. And how you guys do it is click that little arrow that says share and share it to people's pages, share it to groups, but let's share it to people's inboxes. So share it individually. You could even make a group on Facebook in the inbox and just share it completely to them and tell them to share it. Make sure you also have to let them know to share. And I want to see you guys actually do it and press or type in the comment section and say that I just shared. This is our way of knowing that you guys actually did it. All right. Now we also want you guys to show some love and we want you guys to interact. So just make sure you like, love, smiley face, sad face, wow face, mad face, whatever you're feeling. If we're talking about Trump, it's going to be a lot of mad faces. So make sure you show us love by doing that, and also put all your social media questions in the comment section right now. Also, last but not least, you guys have to start a watch party. This is a great way to make sure that everybody on your friends list sees this show. This sends a little ding to your friends list. So all you have to do is click that little arrow again. A couple options down, it says start a watch party. You will be the host. The hostess with the mostest. All right, what are we gonna do on YouTube?
On YouTube, the first thing that we're gonna do is make sure that you have also shared the show. What are you doing if you haven't? Just click share, click copy link, and absolutely everywhere that I start going into this, Brad has a PSA.
Yes,
Brad.
I'm just curious because Yo-Yo said you're gonna give angry faces when you do Donald Trump.
Right.
And we'll do happy faces like when we talk about Yo-Yo and Belgium Kim, for example.
Right.
Okay, or we'll do hearts when we talk about Belgium Kim.
Yes.
You want to have a test?
Yes.
Let's test the Brad Squad right now.
Okay, I like
Let's
it.
put a picture of Donald Trump up, and let's just get some angry faces going, right? Let's see if we can do that. Do we have
Keep on pressing
a
it.
picture of Donald Trump? Julian, he is not prepared for this. This is totally
I was gonna
off the
say,
cuff.
this is completely
Totally off the cuff. No, we do not.
Okay.
Our angry faces because we have no Donald Trump. No, nothing is up there.
Wait, really?
You see it's up there?
I
No,
don't.
it's not.
That
There
is not
we
Donald
go.
Trump.
Oh, wait.
There it is.
No, it's not. It was up.
It
All right.
was up, and we don't see
And
it
then
right
we
there
don't
either.
see. There we go. Angry faces because of Donald Trump. All right, now. Oh my God! Look at that. Look at that face. That would make me angry too, right?
Right.
Yes.
That would make me very, very angry. Now, let's see if we can put just Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias and Belgium Kim dancing to the Brad Show live music for 10 seconds and see how many happy faces you get.
Happy
right?
faces.
Happy faces
Happy
now.
faces. We so happy.
Oh, 10 seconds.
All right, Belgium Kim, why don't you tell them how to finish sharing on YouTube so we can get into our schmooze.
Absolutely, Brad. Also,
Look at all those
What
angry
did he say?
faces.
Absolutely.
What is that?
Absolutely. If anybody would like to challenge me on that, feel free.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You can take the South out the girl. Also, make sure that, family, if you haven't done this yet, please paste our YouTube link absolutely everywhere that you can talk to your people, whether that's WhatsApp, Textra, smoke signals, carrier pigeon, SMS, however you feel like you're talking to your people. Make sure to share them the link right now and let them know where they can get answers to their immigration questions. Also, make sure that you've liked and subscribed and hit that little bell so that you get a notification every single time we go live. And last but certainly not least, make sure that you leave us all your thoughts and feelings right there in the comments and hit that little thumbs up because we want to know that we've done a good job. We like positive reinforcement. This is the millennials of the crew. Okay, guys, and now's the time you've all been waiting for. We're schmoozing with Brad.
All right, I haven't done this in a while. I'm a little out of practice.
Let's get it.
It's been at least
We all
5 or
are.
6 days, Jonathan.
Really?
5 or 6 days since I've schmoozed.
You guys didn't schmooze on Monday?
We did not schmooze on Monday.
We didn't have a show on that.
We did not have a
Uh-oh.
show on Monday. We did not have a show yesterday.
Sheesh.
There was no show on Sunday. There was no show on Saturday. I feel like Dr. Seuss right now, don't I?
That's true. But there is a show today.
There is a show today.
Green
Hump
eggs
day
in
today.
hand.
And talking about this past Sunday on September 15th marked the beginning of National Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yes.
For 2019, it was authorized originally in 1968 by Lyndon B. Johnson. He proclaimed National Hispanic Heritage Week to recognize the rich culture and contributions of Americans who trace their roots to Spain, Mexico, Central America, South America, and Spanish-speaking nations in the Caribbean. Ronald Reagan later turned it from Hispanic Heritage Week to Hispanic Heritage Month.
Oh, that's awesome.
And now it is a month-long celebration between September 15th to October 15th, and it marks every year they celebrate Hispanic heritage in America. This year's theme is A History of Serving Our Nation. And I think that's a very good theme, especially with what's going on with Donald Trump and what's going on at the border.
Absolutely.
And let me tell you some fun facts that maybe some politicians who are running for president would want to know about the Hispanic population. In fact, as of July 1st, 2018, the voting Hispanic population in America is 59.9 million people, making it the largest ethnic group in America.
Wow.
They constitute 18.3% of the population of the United States of
Wow.
America. 10 states have a population of more than 1 million Hispanics, including Arizona, California, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, and Texas, most of which, many of them, not all of them, are swing states.
Of course.
Meanwhile, did you hear about this 16-year-old girl, Greta Thunberg?
Oh my God, I love Greta.
You love Greta.
Oh.
Do you
don't
think?
think I've heard
Do you
of it.
think like she? I mean, there has to be a little bit of coaching by adults because it's just too much that she's accomplished as
Who
a
is
16-year-old.
Greta?
Let me tell you. Okay, Greta is a young woman. She is from Switzerland? Sweden, excuse me. And she started a high school movement that has not only swept Sweden, but has now swept the entire world leading up to Friday about climate change.
Wow.
And she started it in Sweden with walkouts in Sweden of students in high school, and not just high school, but elementary school, all types of students, to protest climate change. It is now sweeping the world. The city of New York is having a walkout of students on Friday to coincide with United Nations Week. Greta took a boat that did not increase the carbon footprint. It was like an zero solar boat from Sweden to the United States. She testified before Congress. She has been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize, and she is going to be leading she's actually here to talk to the United Nations about climate change next week.
Wow.
She spoke to Congress today. She's one of several youth activists who was invited to address the Senate Climate Change Task Force. She arrived in New York City after crossing the Atlantic on a solar-powered yacht, and on Monday she met with Barack Obama, and in a tweet following the meeting with Chuck Schumer and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who is a co-sponsor of the Green Deal, Senator Ed Markey, a Democrat of Massachusetts, who was also a lead sponsor of the Senate Green Deal, said that by failing to take meaningful action on climate, our leaders have failed the young people of the world. And here she is leading the charge.
I love that.
You like that?
Wow, that's amazing.
This little girl is...
Now we have a video of her talking to Congress.
I want you to listen to the scientists, and I want you to unite behind the science, and then I want you to take real action.
Now the meeting and speeches in Washington are intended to raise awareness ahead of a global climate strike on Friday, which we talked about. Students and workers are going to walk out of schools. Millions of people are expected to take the streets for the youth-led global climate strikes on Friday, and New York City is excusing all students who strike in favor of climate change.
I think this is awesome. I've heard of this little girl for a little while now, because in Belgium, students have been protesting every week. Like, even in Belgium, students are protesting, and they are participating. It's unbelievable.
So what are our politicians doing in response to all of this? Well, Donald Trump has revoked California's authority to set stricter auto emissions. Now, several years ago, under the Barack Obama administration, California applied for a waiver to set their own emissions for cars. Because majority or a large minority of cars are sold in California. It's the largest state with automobiles in the United States of America. If they increase the standards for gas mileage, then automakers will have two choices. They can either make two different cars, one for California and one for the rest of the nation, or they can just make all the cars that California says for the rest of the nation. Now, Trump doesn't like that, because Trump has reduced the requirements for mileage. California has increased it because they don't want to breathe bad air. And now Trump is taking away that waiver, saying California can no longer set their own standards. And in response to what is going on with Greta and what's going on with students walking out, our leaders are polluting more. Now, I assume California is going to sue Trump like everybody else. This man leads all presidents in lawsuits against... I don't never see the statistic, but I got to believe that this president leads all other presidents in lawsuits against him for overreach by a president of executive power.
Crazy.
I can't imagine that any president has been sued more.
That's actually really funny, because I just Googled lawsuits against presidents to try to find that figure. And Google, I'm not kidding, I'll show you guys this, says lists of lawsuits involving Donald Trump, legal affairs of Donald Trump. Like, that's all it talks about is Donald Trump's lawsuits.
Now, on Wednesday morning, Trump posted on Twitter a defense. Let's see the angry faces. A defense of the plan to revoke California's authority. He said, this will lead to more production because of this pricing and safety advantage, and also due to the fact that older, highly polluting cars will be replaced by new, extremely environmental friendly cars. There will be very little difference in emissions between the California standard and the new U.S. standard, but the cars will be far safer and much less expensive. That's assuming that the cars will be more expensive.
No, he's saying that cars will be less expensive now that he has taken away these emission caps.
No.
That's preposterous.
No, he doesn't care about the consumer saving money.
Of course
and
not.
Because really, if he really cared about the consumer, he would be concerned about the air that the consumer is breathing.
Right.
This is all about profits for automakers. That's all it's about. Meanwhile, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has said that the attack from Iran on the Saudi oil fields is an act of war. Now, over the weekend, a drone attacked some Saudi oil fields, blew them up. It's now going to reduce production in Saudi Arabia. You're going to see an increase in gas prices in the short term. President Trump over the weekend tweeted, "We're locked and loaded." That's why I said that almost threatening war against Iran. And then after he tweeted that, he walked it all back because he is the opposite of Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt, one of our great presidents of all time, said, "Speak softly, carry a big stick."
Right.
Okay, Donald Trump has no stick, but likes to scream and yell.
That he has a force.
But he never does anything with it.
Right.
He does it in foreign affairs. He does it with immigration. He scares the hell out of people. But, in the end, he walked it back. And the reason he walked it back was because almost to a T, Republicans, Democrats, independents, commentators across the board said, since when does Saudi Arabia dictate the U.S. foreign policy?
And that's a fair question.
So we'll see what happens there. What else is happening? This is interesting. I see here. California, leading the charge against Donald Trump. Okay, just banned private prisons from being in the state of California.
Love this.
We have talked about this a lot, about the entire idea of the immigration, what's going on at the border, the immigration crisis that's been totally made up by Donald Trump, was really done for two reasons. One, to lather up his base, to get him elected.
Right.
Some sort of xenophobia, racism, foreigners are out to get us, to get him elected. And the other kind of theory we've been talking about, and they're both probably equal in his own mind, is that the more people you lock up, the more these private prison companies make money.
Exactly.
And they are the biggest donors to political action committees of almost any donors from any other industry is the private prison group. They make $50, $100, $200 a day, whatever it is, per prisoner.
Yep.
It pays to imprison immigrants because people are making money from it.
Yeah.
Okay, so when Donald Trump says we got to stop people at the border, A, he's getting himself elected, and B, he's making his cronies a lot of money.
Absolutely.
And that is kind of the sick system
Absolutely.
that we are in right now.
And that's your money, too, because it's taxpayer money.
That's correct. Now, California, they're onto this. Okay, this is not like some genius idea that Brad Bernstein came up with. A lot of people realize this. So, Governor Gavin Newsom, he signed Bill AB 32, and it says that they would shut down every private facility that holds inmates with criminal convictions that are privately run, that are for-profit prisons.
That's awesome.
It would also shutter privately run facilities for immigrants. They're considered civil detainees. They're not even considered criminals.
Right.
People are making money by jailing other people. That's wrong.
Absolutely.
That's not to say Brad Bernstein has said nobody should be in jail.
Right.
No.
That is not to say that we should allow dangerous people on the streets. And that is not to say that we shouldn't have a criminal justice system and people should pay the penalty for deeds that they do wrong. And we should all follow the law. And when you don't follow the law, you should be punished. But you shouldn't be making money on jailing people, and you shouldn't be making money on on taking innocent people who are escaping hardships in other countries and jailing them.
Absolutely.
That's what's wrong.
I mean, this was the same thing that was talked about, like in Ava DuVernay's 13th, of like the prison complex today is just modern day slavery, because it's the exact same thing as making money off of people's bodies and just
it's slavery in the sense that they can earn a living in the jail, like 25 cents for doing menial
which is
labor,
not
and then these prison companies are making more money.
Absolutely.
Making more money from it. So that's what's going on in the news today. But I think it is Hump Day, Belgium.
Yes,
Kim,
it is.
and we got and we got a lot of immigration. But how could I skip Hump Day, right?
You can't skip it.
All right,
absolutely.
I'm gonna tell you something. People love Hump Day.
They do.
All right, we can't get away from Hump Day.
I do love me some Hump Day.
Yeah. Now,
you know what? I don't take it back.
Now let me ask you a question. When you say you do love me some Hump Day, that's on Wednesdays.
Right. Well, yeah, sure.
Or it could be any day.
Monday through Sunday, Brad.
Pick a day. All right. So Jennifer Lopez has been a box office hit with her movie Hustlers. She plays a stripper who works at Scores, which is a real live strip club in New York City.
Yep.
And this story, Scores was on First Avenue, but now they moved to somewhere on the west side, but I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I was just about to say, because they're real estate.
I've been to lots of bachelor parties, don't worry. So, I know nothing about it.
Their address used to be 562 West 8th, and the entry code was 164, but...
Ask for Jimbo at the door, tell him I sent you.
Thank you, Brad.
By the way, the one person who knows, just send it my ear. It's on West 28th Street.
That's unsurprising.
So anyway, there was an article in New York Magazine several years ago that these men, Wall Street guys would come into the Scores strip club,
right,
and then they would go into the champagne room in the back, where I guess it gets a little friskier,
right,
in the champagne room in the back than out in the open,
right,
whatever friskier is,
right,
and then these strippers would drug them and then steal their money and take their Rolexes off their hands, maybe take them home with them, then drug them. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie.
Isn't that what Cardi said she did?
Yeah, I never saw. Is that who? What?
That's what Cardi B said.
Right. Now I never saw the movie, so I don't know. But I assume that's.
Let's go watch it.
Right. Yes, I heard from somebody who was on Wall Street who said to me, "That's pretty disturbing." They earned over $33.2 million at the U.S. box office, making it J-Lo's best live action opening of her career. Now, live action.
Yeah.
That's another term for live action, right? Now David Gutman's Poppy restaurant in Miami helped out with the opening party by sending a grand stripper cake Saturday to commemorate the movie's opening weekend. The Hustler-inspired cake had J-Lo all over it, edible movie posters, a limited edition $100 bills with her face covered the glitz and glam confection, which was also dressed up in stripper silhouettes on its 5 tiers.
My gosh.
But J-Lo got more than that. Her fiance, Alex Rodriguez, doubled her dessert for the weekend, as this treat was replete with a stripper silhouette working the pole atop the cake, which was also covered in edible $100 bills. Lopez recently chronicled her hard work learning the complex choreographies in the film, which resulted in bruises all over her body, according to her, the most physically demanding role. The film also stars Constance Wu, Lily Reinhardt, Keke Palmer, and Cardi B is in there as well.
Yeah.
She is.
She is in there. Now, I don't know what happened to them at the end. Did they all get arrested?
Wait,
I
don't
don't
say
know.
anything.
Don't spoil it. I don't know.
Right.
Don't
We
spoil
don't know.
it. Yeah. Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Now talking about taking the cake. This one takes the cake, Belgium kid.
Okay.
All right.
This one I've never heard. I thought I've heard all the stories.
Yeah.
I thought I've seen it all.
Yeah.
Okay, I've lived 50 years.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it all. I've heard it all. But I never heard this one
you
before.
haven't heard this one.
Wow.
I need to know what it is.
On Friday, a Nassau County Sheriff Deputy Mark Hunter pulled over 2 bicyclists who were riding around without their lights on. and they almost got hit by a car.
Okay.
The officer said both suspects, later identified as 35-year-old Megan Monderano and 31-year-old Aaron Thomas, they smelled of alcohol. There was bloodshot, watery eyes, slurred speech. So he pulled over 2 bicycles. Is that what he did?
He pulled over 2 bicycles.
2 bicycles with 2 drunk people on it.
Drunken, disorderly bike
So
ride.
I never heard that you can't ride a bicycle drunk.
That's true. You can get a DUI
you can
for
get
a bike.
DUI for a bike.
I did know that.
Okay. I didn't even know that, and I'm an attorney.
A DUI for a bike?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're driving.
All right. So now
A bike.
I don't know about that. But all right. Let's
You're
see.
riding a bike?
I'm not sure about that, but is that really true? I gotta ask I gotta ask Moreno.
So I have legitimately
All right,
heard that you can get a DUI
fine.
because we covered that woman who got a DUI on a horse.
That is true.
You can
You're
get
right.
a DUI on literally
That's
anything.
Right. Now, Hunter said that after Thomas failed some field sobriety tests and declined to do others, he was arrested. I guess that is true.
Yeah.
Montanaro was also taken into custody after she failed to do any field sobriety tests.
She was like,
Now,
I'm
they were
riding a
both
bike.
handcuffed in the back of the police car, and apparently the police officer was not monitoring all the minor details. And according to the police report, Hunter was outside of the car when both Thomas and Monterano took all their clothes off in the back of the car and started to have sex in the back of the police cruiser. Yes, the officer said when he opened up the door, Thomas was naked. Monterano had her pants down where the lady area was visible. I also observed her bra off halfway. Her breasts were fully visible, and there was penetration.
What?
How much time were they back there?
I don't
that they got
know,
fully
but
naked?
apparently they couldn't get their hands off of each other.
Wow.
Now, after Hunter removed the naked Thomas from the car, he knocked the deputy to the ground and ran away before he was arrested at the Cold Stone Creamery because he was cold stoned. That is for sure. The woman was forced to the ground and suffered abrasions to her face. You saw the pictures of her face.
Oh, is that what that's from?
Yeah, so the woman was charged with DUI, exposing a sex organ, committing an unnatural and lascivious act, and resisting arrest. Thomas was charged with a threat against a police officer, committing an unnatural and lascivious act, and exposing his sex organs. They both remain behind bars.
Separate?
In lieu of a 12,000. No, Monterano is behind bars with a 12,508 bond, which has not been paid. And Thomas, the man who ran away, got no bail whatsoever. They're both in jail.
Wow, that's now
just for being really horny in the back of a police car.
I will say, I admitted this morning. I have seen videos where couples do it like it's a challenge to do it in the parking lot of a police station, but like in your own car, not in the police cruiser. The police cruiser is a whole
dumb challenge.
By the way, not only is that a dumb challenge, but think about all the other people who got arrested that night who are in the back of that police cruiser. And how often do you really think that the police are coming out saying, you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to clean out the back of the police cruiser. I don't think that's happening very much. I don't know if I would want to put my pants down there.
There's got to be hazard pay for that, right?
Right.
That's a thing.
That's insane.
Meanwhile, scientists have come up with a new reason why people's sex lives are getting ruined. They have now linked poor sleep with high blood pressure, a weakened immune system, weight gain, mood swings, paranoia, depression, a higher risk of diabetes, stroke, cardiovascular disease, dementia, some cancers, and now a reduced libido.
Dum dum dum!
Dun, dun, dun!
Oh no, the humanity.
Boy, this explains everything now.
That's true, you only get like 3-4 hours.
That's right, this explains everything. This explains why I'm fat, why I'm mood swings, why I'm depressed, why my doctor says I have diabetes.
But I thought they said that bigger people have better sex,
like,
though.
Hey, Brad, what's going on, man?
Did they say like bigger guys have better sex, though?
Wasn't there fitter people had better?
Fitter people, not people who
it wasn't bigger. It was fitter.
Yeah, fitter, not
Definitely
sleepier.
fitter.
Right. So a recent study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine followed nearly 4,000 men and women in their early to mid-60s for a year and found that poor sleep was associated with erectile dysfunction for men, arousal problems, and orgasmic difficulty for women. True. These were older folks, Belgian
Okay,
Kim.
okay, that's
These
what
were not young chickens like us.
That's what I'm thinking. Is like you
Okay,
can
so
power
now I
through.
take it all back. They were not young chickens like us.
But
But they were more likely to suffer from sleep apnea and overall health issues that might impact their sleep. But sleep apnea is also on the rise for young people too.
Oh no,
Especially
I have
in men.
apnea.
Okay.
I have like
lack
bad
of sleep. Okay, now sleep apnea is you wake up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
You wake
and
up.
you stop breathing, right?
Yeah, because
you
like
stop
I think
breathing.
your tongue gets stuck in the back of your throat or
Oh,
something.
no,
Or
insomnia is what I have.
No, you wake up in the middle of the night. You have sleep apnea if you wake up like 2 or 3 times in the night, and like if you're thirsty. Do you wake up thirsty?
I do.
Oh, I just
That's
wake
sleep
up and I
apnea.
can't sleep again.
Yeah, but see,
That's
like my
sleep
dad
apnea.
has legit sleep apnea where he does like the CPAP machine mask.
my
like
God,
he's
he
got
has,
the
like, a
whole
whole
very
thing going
sexy.
on.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't
Oh,
have
my
that.
mom loved it.
Yeah. So that's like you like go to bed with Hannibal Lecter.
Oh,
right?
that's exactly like with Darth Vader and Hannibal Lecter's child. Yeah, exactly. I love her. I was like, no.
So it says here, low levels of testosterone could also show lack of sexual desire and erectile dysfunction. It turns out, according to this study, that highest levels of testosterone occur during REM sleep, which is the deep healing sleep. But if you don't get that deep healing sleep, your testosterone goes down. So Twitter user Ponder My Maker probably described the best feeling when he tweeted, and then one day it hits you. Sleep has overtaken sex as your favorite pastime. That's basically it.
Or just make time for both sleep and
yes.
sex.
So now,
I must really love sex because I barely get sleep, but baby boy can do it anytime.
Now, let me ask you a question. Maybe this is none of my business.
Okay.
Okay, but what are you referring to as baby boy?
Baby boy. Baby boy loves it.
I just want to know what you're referring to as baby boy. Just your whole.
Just the whole baby
thing.
boy.
Okay,
Yes.
I didn't know if you were referring to one particular.
No, baby boy is all of it.
I was just double checking.
This is baby boy, and he loves sex.
Okay, yes. As Jilly just said, it's Dr. Baby Boy.
Dr. Baby Boy. To you.
To the masses out there.
Right.
Meanwhile, KFC's finger-licking good dating simulator is going to let you romance Colonel Sanders.
What?
Yes, an official
Lord.
dating simulator starring a hunky animation version of KFC's mascot, Colonel Sanders, has dropped on video game social platform Steam, and you can totally romance the king of fried chicken himself. I Love You, Colonel Sanders is the name of the game. The game's description reads, I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator, follows you, a promising culinary student, as you try to date your classmate, Colonel Sanders. Throughout your journey, you'll be faced with life-changing decisions that will affect your chances of friendship and love, but be careful, your choices have real consequences. So far, the trailer and a few screenshots are all that's been released. Now, aside from all that, the game includes 9 characters, multiple hours of play, and scheduled to be released by the end of the month.
Now,
They really want Colonel to be sexy because didn't they have that commercial?
This is all just about selling chicken.
y'all,
All right, they're trying to do like some guerrilla marketing to sell chicken and be cool to kids.
100%. And KFC's marketing team should win all the awards of all time. But I gotta be real. I don't even dig anime like that, or KFC for that matter. But damn, Zaddy. That is one sexy anime Colonel. Are you kidding me? He's a hunky Colonel.
What was that?
I'm more into this Colonel than the other hunky Colonels. Like other.
So question.
Yeah.
Since you enjoy this new Colonel so much.
You like cartoon Colonel.
Hold on.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Since you enjoy it, because I can't ask Brad unless I can. You tell me.
You can ask me. I'm an open book.
Okay, since you think the new Colonel is so sexy, does this make you actually want to go eat KFC?
Hell no, it has nothing to do with my love of chicken. My love of chicken goes to Popeyes all day, every day.
So then the marketing is not right.
No. It's about branding. It's about branding. It doesn't make you want to go eat it. It just keeps KFC in the conversation.
It does, but ultimately it's true that like you're trying to convince people to eat at your thing.
That KFC is cool.
And
So what is that going to do? Is that going to get them money? The thing that now, what KFC just came out with is like 2 donuts as a sandwich
I've
with
heard of
the
this.
chicken sandwich. So fried chicken inside. So now that makes baby boy want to actually go and try KFC again.
Now, which baby boy are you talking about?
Now, this is this baby boy.
That's so weird.
Finally, I don't know what TV show this is. Silicon Valley? Is that a TV show?
It is a TV show.
Okay, I don't know. I never heard of it, but apparently it's a great show. Not only a good TV show, it is I am told in my ear, it is a great show.
I'm going to have to check it out.
And the star is Thomas Middleditch.
Yes.
Also never heard of the guy.
Yes.
But apparently a great actor.
Okay.
Okay. And in an interview with Playboy, Silicon Valley star Thomas revealed that he and his wife of 4 years, she's a costume designer, Molly Gates, are into swinging. And he said that swinging saved his marriage. He says, I don't know how much I can say because I don't want my wife to be mad at me. Only after I got married was I like, Molly, I'm sorry, but we have to get non-traditional here. To her credit, instead of saying, I'm out, she was like, let's figure this out. Not only did they figure it out, but the 37-year-old actor said, to be honest, swinging has saved our marriage. We have different speeds and we argue over it constantly, but it's better than feeling unheard and alone and that you have to scurry in the shadows. Companies have rules, he said, and function as a unit. Their arrangement is even lending itself to some creativity. It's a perpetual state of management and communication to the point where it's like, all right, we've got to stop, chill. I'm gas and she's brakes. This is actually the promise for a comedy series we're writing together.
Wow.
So.
All right, let me tell you something.
Okay. I knew you would have thoughts.
Okay. There is not a chance in hell that I would survive in that marriage for more than 45 minutes. Okay? I would come home and there my wife is in bed with some other man. He would be tackled and thrown out of the window.
That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes.
And thrown out the window.
He said they have rules.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Whatever the rules are.
The rules are, usually, you guys are together.
Nobody touches my wife, okay? That would be my rules.
Fair.
Okay? Nobody touches my wife.
But if she,
that's how I would be.
So if she comes up to you and she's like, I want something a little non-traditional. What if she just mentions, let's go to a sex club? We're not swinging, let's just go to a sex club. Sorry, that was a really personal question that I just asked, but you can totally tell me to F off.
I don't know what happens in the sex club. I've never been to one. So
it's a club where people have sex.
Right, people are having sex all over. Would you still not entertain going?
Well, maybe I don't know.
But the point is this. No swinging.
The point is this. Nobody touches my wife.
There it is.
Okay. What about you?
What about you, Belgium Kim?
I would not do, I don't think I would ever do a swinging thing.
Wow, Kim?
I know, because I'm like
I'm actually really surprised about this.
Because I'm like, I can be a little jealous and I can be a little bit possessive.
But if this is an agreement that you guys have to where for the girl, like you would have to have her contact, so there's no other contact between your dude and your girl.
You would have to be so secure with your own sexuality, your own performance, secure in the trust that your wife or your husband loves you.
She's secure.
Okay, that there is nobody who's going to be better in bed than you.
Nobody's going to be better than me. That's why I can do it.
I believe all that, but you want to know what? In the end, nobody touches my wife.
Right.
Period.
My thing is, no one else is allowed to give you pleasure. Like, it's not so much that no one else can touch it that I'm like, I'm not worried that there's ever going to be anything better. Like, they ain't. But I'm like, I got a job to do, and I'm not giving away that crown to anybody.
Maybe I'm thinking more about like what I get, because sometimes you might get a little bored, and you don't want to step out on your significant other. So then if you guys come with an agreement where it happens in front of you, it ain't nothing but physical, no emotion attached, then it's like, hey.
I'll say this, I'll have a longer conversation than Brad.
Now,
there you go. Okay.
All right. Now, my conversation ends in one sentence.
Yeah.
Now, I do have to say that we're getting a lot of immigration questions, and we got to answer them.
Yes.
Gentleman by the name of Mr. Willie VIP, which is a great hump day name, is asking immigration questions.
Love it.
So, Mr. Willie VIP and everybody else asking their immigration questions, I'm going to be getting it in about 45 seconds, but please first, Belgium Kim and Jonathan Yo-Yo Ellis, please tell everybody what they need to do.
Okay, family, we know you are patiently waiting, so we're going to do this super quick. First, on Facebook, make sure that you've joined the Brad Show Live Brad Squad group. It's the only guaranteed way you get your questions answered. The first 5 questions we get in that group every single day are going to be the only first 5 questions we guarantee to answer every day. Also, make sure that you're telling us all your thoughts and feelings in the comments that you're watching right this second, because we want to know everything and we want to keep interacting. The best, most wonderful thing you can do for us, of course, is share the show. Hit that share button, either start a watch party, which will send a notification out to all of your friends, or share it as a private message, do a little personal touch. Brad PSA time.
I just laughed at Jessica Levy's comment on Facebook. She's like, no threesome, no foursome, no fivesome, just us two, period. That's how I feel.
So
That's me.
So really, she just wants a little something. Also, make sure that you have hit that like button right on our page.
PSA, David Gabriel. Yeah. Asking for menage a trois, Belgium Kim.
Whoa.
Be careful.
I think you would have somebody who would be very unhappy with that proposition. Very unhappy indeed.
I think Mr. David Gabriel will get punched in the eye, right?
I think so too. Yes, indeed. Also, make sure that you are liking our page and subscribing and hitting that little bell, because you never know right when we go live. On YouTube, what do we do, Yo-Yo?
On YouTube, first thing you're going to do is subscribe. So make sure you press that little red rectangle that says subscribe, and tell everybody, all your friends and family, to also do so, because that is how you guys will find out anytime we go on a pop-up or anytime we go live. So make sure you also click that little bell that sends you a notification, like I said, anytime we go live. So the only threesome, foursome, fivesome that we want you guys to actually participate is copying your link and throwing it in a group. Okay.
I thought you meant this one.
So we definitely want you guys to copy the link and throw it in a group. Throw it in a group text, WhatsApp, Viber, GroupMe, any text form that you guys use. Make sure you do that. Just create a whole group, copy the link, send it in there. And also make sure you put in all your social media questions right now. It would be smart to put it in earlier than later, okay? And last but not least, throw that little thumbs up. Now, this is what you guys have all been waiting, as well as us. This is when you guys call in and get your answers to your immigration questions.
All right. Tina, how are you? You're waiting a long time. Thank you for waiting. What can I do to help?
Hi, thanks for taking my call. I have a quick question.
Yes.
My husband is on L1A blanket visa and I'm on L2 visa.
Mm-hmm.
I worked on lapsed EAD for 90 days. Because I had to go with surgeries and everything, I forgot to renew my visa, and I worked for 90 days with a lapsed EAD. We are going to apply for renewals in outside U.S. country. What are the consequences we're going to face when we do L1, L2 renewal process?
As long as you had applied for a renewal, did you apply for a renewal over that 90-day period?
No, I didn't. We'll be applying in the next couple of weeks.
Okay. So, in other words, when you worked over that 90 days, you did not apply for a work permit again. Is that correct?
No, I did not apply.
Right.
The once I figured it out that I worked on a lapsed EAD, I notified my HR and I left my job.
Yeah, I think it's a minor offense. I don't think that they would deny you because you were eligible to work. You just didn't follow a procedure to get another work permit. You were eligible for it. So it wasn't like you were working in violation of your visa status. Somebody on an L1, and someone as a spouse of someone on an L1 visa is eligible to work. So my belief is that it would not be a problem getting your visa again. But again, at the embassy, they could absolutely give you a problem and say you violated your visa status, you worked without permission. But my belief is that it is a minor offense that would not prevent you from renewing your visa.
So after I get my renewal and I'll be back with my new I-94, then I can apply my EAD again?
Yes.
And my company put me on leave of absence, stopping all my payroll and my benefits. Will that cause an issue?
No.
Or should I tell them to terminate completely?
No, it's fine. You don't have to terminate completely. It's fine. Exactly what you did.
And
where
in
you
the future,
from?
definitely.
Where you from? Now, what?
I'm from Los Angeles, sir.
No, originally.
From London.
Okay. So, but my question is this. Your husband's on an L1 visa now. Why don't you put in the renewal now for it? Why are you not doing that?
Because I violated the status. I'll just go back to London, get a new L1, L2 renewal, back with new I-94,
because you just work out of status for those 3 months.
Correct.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't think you're going to have a problem.
And do you think I'll have a future when they apply for GC even next year? Do you think I'll have an issue with? Do you think we will face an issue with the GC?
No, because you're going to go back, you're going to get a new visa, you're going to return to the United States, and I think everything's going to be okay. If you do have a problem, because you're telling the truth. You are telling the truth. You're following the law. You're not trying to hide anything. You are on a visa that was eligible for work permission. It was just you didn't follow the right procedure because you got sick for a few months. So I mean, I don't see that as an issue that they would deny you a visa. I think you will get it.
So the problem with the renewals will not be an issue. Thank you.
And if you have a problem, then I would suggest strongly that you give us a call and we can see if we can call the embassy on your behalf.
Thank you, sir. But the L1, L2 renewals will be fine, right,
yes.
sir?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's
the only question.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. So she's on an intracompany transferee visa. We don't get a lot of L1.
Right.
Yeah.
Now the spouse is eligible for work permission on an L1. So anybody who is the spouse of an L1 and intracompany transferee can work legally. You just got to apply for a work permit to show the government. Now the work permit is really for the employer so that they know that you're eligible to work. Okay, and that you're on legal status. I don't see that as a reason because she forgot to renew her work permit for 90 days that they're going to deny her a visa in London when she returns, although I can understand why she's nervous.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to, I'm not sure who this is, but they're in New Haven, Connecticut. Hello?
Hello, Brad. How are you?
How are you? What is your name?
Samin.
Samin, what can I do to help you?
Okay, I just called to have a question that I'm a permanent green card holder. I'm from Pakistan. And I'm living in Connecticut. So I just apply for my 3 children back home with my ex-wife. They are 3 boys. I applied for them into February 2018 last year. So after a long time, I just got the approval that I-130 has been approved.
Great.
And now we are sending your application to the National Visa Center. My question is that what is the best way, because I'm planning to move to New York, because I got my green card with my wife. We were together we were married like almost 8 years. Beginning of this year, we got divorced. We was together 8 years, and now I'm planning to move to New York. So what is the best way to change the address, because there is 3 different approval letters? Do I have to do on my name or individually for my each son?
Okay, so basically what you're saying to me is you filed for your 3 children. You have 3 separate I-130 visa petitions. The cases were approved. Your cases are at the National Visa Center. You got your green card through marriage. Your marriage is now breaking up. You're moving to New York. What's the best way to change the address? I personally would send 3 different letters in one envelope, each letter with each particular son's case number, giving a change of address.
Okay. So how soon I have to do it? Because I'm maybe next week or maybe the next couple of weeks I'm going to move.
Well, as long as you do it as quickly, as long as you know that you can receive mail in your new address, that's when I would do it.
Okay, so I made the appointment already with your representative.
Okay,
so
we'll
I'll see you on Wednesday next week.
Great. We'll look forward to seeing you.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
But one more thing before we hang up. There is no problem because after 8-9 years we got divorced.
No.
So there's no problem for immigration. They're gonna say why you divorced or anything.
No, you were married for 8-9 years. Congratulations, you made it longer than a lot of people.
Oh, okay. Alrighty.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, you're very welcome.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Okay. William Bossier in City, Louisiana. William in Bossier City, Louisiana. Yes.
Hey, Brian. Good evening.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I have a question. I went for my interview, marriage-based, last week Wednesday, and the interview ended on a case reviewed, and I didn't get my work permit before I went for the interview. My question is, what can I do to expedite my working permit, at least to start work?
You can't.
When the case is still on review.
You really can't. I mean, if you don't get your work permit after like 4, 5, 6 months, you can file a mandamus, but by the time you file a mandamus, you go to court, it's 30, 60, 90 days. Your work permit should be there. So how long have you been pending?
Oh, no, it's not pending. I went for the interview on last week, Wednesday, and the interview is still on review.
You went for an interview on your adjustment of status?
Rest, last week, Wednesday.
Okay, so what's the problem with your work permit then?
I didn't receive my work permit before I went for the interview.
Okay, and how long has it been now?
I filed December 2018, and I went for the interview last week, Wednesday.
Okay, so why is it now 9, 10 months and you haven't gotten your work permit yet? What's going on with your case?
I don't have idea why they didn't
I don't know either. You should have gotten it by now, and if you still have not received it and it's 9, 10 months in, my suggestion is let's have a consultation off air and let's figure out you did obviously something wrong. I just don't know what it is.
Because I don't receive my work permit. They just call me.
I understand. If you filed an adjustment 10 months ago and you don't have a work permit, you did something wrong. I don't know what it is. I didn't fill out your forms. I'm not looking at them. So we got to figure it out. All right? So hold on one second. But I can tell you did something wrong. And by the way, I see here in the comments on Facebook at least, Sophia Gray says, Brad, at the embassy, when you tell the truth, you don't always get through. Sophia, when you are caught in a lie, you are 100% not getting through. So there's a big difference. All right, let's go to Tony in Schenectady, New York. Tony.
Yes, Brad.
How are you?
Good.
What can I do to help?
Yeah, I have a couple of questions. Yeah. Yeah, I'm coming up on a ship visa.
On a ship?
Yeah, ship visa.
Okay.
C1D.
Okay, I had to make sure there was a P and not a T at the end. Okay, because I wasn't sure which word you said, but I had to think about it for a second. Okay.
Yeah.
Ship.
Yeah, so I'm coming up on a ship visa.
Okay, so you were C1D1.
Yeah, C1D1.
Right.
Married, put in my paperwork, everything.
Right.
Get my work permit, get my social security.
Case denied because you're not eligible to adjust on a crewman's visa.
Yeah, but them denied the 1485.
Correct.
Deny the travel document.
Correct.
But them still have the I-130 pending from January.
That is absolutely correct. When you come as a crew member, you are not eligible to file an I-485 unless you had something filed before April 2001, your 245I, or unless your spouse is in the military or former military, you can get parole in place. Other than that, you file an I-130 only. You're not eligible for work permit. You're not eligible for travel, which is exactly why immigration denied all of that. You get the I-130 approved, and then you have to do what's called a provisional waiver. Get the provisional waiver approved, go home and come back. So you're doing everything incorrect. What I would suggest you do is hold on and have a consultation so we can get this straightened out for you, okay?
Okay.
Hold on. Let's go to Lindsay in Syracuse. Lindsay.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I just had a quick question.
Yes.
Good. I just had a quick question. So my husband, he came on a student visa. He overstayed his visa, and then he filed for an asylum. In the meantime, he got married, and then
he married you.
Yeah, he married me, and now he has his PR card, his permanent resident card. And then he did not have the asylum interview. And then
did he ever withdraw the asylum?
He withdrew the asylum recently.
Okay, so what's the problem?
So can he go back to his home country if he wanted to? Can we go and visit, or will he have a problem?
Well, I think you would have a problem at the airport because they're going to say maybe that asylum case was a misrepresentation. You filed an asylum claim claiming that you're scared to go back to your country. So unless something has now changed that you are now not scared to go back to your country, you're not going to be persecuted if you go back to your country. At the airport, they could still say to you very easily, you filed this asylum claim. Obviously, it was bogus because now you're going back to your home country and back, So now you made a misrepresentation. That misrepresentation was made before you got your green card. Had we known about this misrepresentation in your asylum claim, we would have denied your adjustment. So therefore, you were not truthful in your adjustment. We therefore don't believe you should have this green card, and we're now going to put you in deportation. It's very possible that could happen. I'm not saying it will, but that is a legal consequence of doing that.
So it's better to not go back to the home country for a couple of years. Is that what your recommendation
yes,
would be?
you do not go back until you're a citizen.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go. She was sad, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
You can't come here and say, I'm terrified of going back. I'm going to be persecuted. Oh, I just got married. Now I got a green card. I'm going to go back.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
No.
Jermaine in Brooklyn.
Hey, Brad, what's up?
What's
so
going on?
I'm calling to ask, right? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm calling to ask. So my marriage was annulled, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, I actually got a lawyer to still file. Well, I was on a 2-year green card, conditional green card.
What? All right, so one second. You got a 2-year conditional green card, and some point after that, the marriage was annulled?
Yes.
Why?
Before I could apply.
Why was it annulled?
Okay, so my wife, tried to annul the marriage because she wanted me to be in
Did
deportation.
she annul the marriage or try to annul the marriage? Is there an annulment?
Yes.
Did you fight the annulment?
Well, so I didn't fight it at first, but no, I.
Okay, so this is the deal. Annulment means the marriage never happened because of some fraud.
Right.
So if the marriage never happened because of some fraud, how in the world can you prove to the U.S. government that it was a bona fide marriage? You can't. It's impossible. That would get you deported. You needed to have gotten a divorce. Then you could remove the conditions. That's fine. It was a real marriage. Things didn't work out. It's now terminated. I want to prove it was a real marriage. I'll get my green card anyway. But if it's an annulment, that means the marriage never happened from the beginning. It's as if you guys were never married, which means you're not entitled to a green card, which means you're not entitled to remove the conditions, which means you're in Brooklyn, you need to hire a very good matrimonial attorney to reopen the annulment. That's what you need to do.
So, Brad, so the thing is, this happened in California, right?
So then you need to go to a California lawyer and reopen the annulment in California.
Right, but the thing that I was trying to say, right? So I have the case is open.
Or get married again in a bona fide marriage.
Right. So the thing is, okay, so I have a lawyer there who is doing an appeal. So the appeal is going through. I don't get a final judgment for the appeal. But I
what are you appealing? You said you never appeared in the action. You got to reopen the case.
No,
if you appeared in the action and your wife proved it was a fraud, I doubt you're going to win on an appeal.
Okay.
Is that what happened?
But
so in other words, you appeared in court. Your wife gave testimony. This is a fraud. You gave testimony. No, it's not. I loved her, and the judge says, no, I agree. This is a fraud. How are you going to win that appeal?
Well, I don't know, but the thing is, however, I got a high 551, which a lawyer had put in for me.
But Jermaine, listen to me. That's going nowhere. The I-751, that I-551 is a stamp in your passport. The I-751, you're not entitled to get it approved because the marriage never happened. And you actually went into court now, which is a different story than what you told me originally. You went into court and a judge under penalties of perjury heard everybody under oath, heard everybody's testimony, and determined that this was a fraudulent marriage. You got a big problem. Huge problem. Okay, because maybe the government's going to say this was a business marriage. Then you'll never get a green card ever in your life.
Right.
Okay, so you need to now go to a good immigration lawyer. Hold on. I don't know the answer. I got to see what happened in California. Hold on. Carrie Ann in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Carrie Ann.
Hi, good
How you
afternoon.
doing? What's
Hello,
happening?
Lord. I'm kind of in a pickle, so I need some help. And I've tried like multiple agencies, and I'm still back to square one.
Okay.
I am from Jamaica.
Uh-huh.
My son is also born in Jamaica. We have been there for the last 16 months. However, we started all this paperwork because his father is American.
Are you calling me from Jamaica?
No, I'm actually in Fort Lauderdale now.
Okay, and where is your son? He's in Jamaica still.
He's here with me.
Okay,
I managed to secure.
How did you and your son come to America? Let's start
Okay,
there.
we came to the U.S. Embassy. We came here, secured his father DNA testing, and it was approved.
What visa did you and your son come to America on?
He came on a U.S. passport. I came on a regular visiting visa.
Okay, fine. How old is your son right now?
All right, he's 21 months old.
21 months old. What is your
Right.
question now?
All right, so all right, we're here for medical treatment.
Okay.
He's blind in both eyes.
Oh, okay.
He's deaf in both ears.
Mm-hmm.
He has a slight heart problem.
Okay.
So we're here on the medical treatment trying to figure out what's next.
Okay.
We have like about 6 or 7 therapy sessions. He's now in school.
Okay.
And that's only 3 months to get back to Jamaica. I have tried different charity agencies. Nothing up to this day. I'm still trying.
1 second. They gave you 3 months to stay.
No, I'm just on a regular visa, which gives me only 6 months in the country.
So why don't you extend it?
Okay, how do you extend?
It's called an I-539. You ask for an extension on a tourist visa, and you say, I need to stay longer because my son needs medical treatment. His medical treatment's being paid by XYZ. Here's my affidavit of support that I can support myself here without taking a job.
Okay.
Okay, and that's what you do.
Okay, and where would I get the just go back to the embassy system?
No, you can do it here. Hold on 1 second. All right, hold on. All right, let's go to Amika in Brooklyn. Amika.
Hello.
How are you?
Good evening.
What's going on?
I'm okay. I just have 2 questions for you.
Yeah.
I came on my B1, B2 visitor visa from Jamaica
Right.
since June the 15th, and I got married August the 22nd.
So you
And I
came
would
June
like-
15th, married, so you
Yeah.
got married 5 weeks later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got married August the 22nd. So, is it possible if I want to put in my paper before October 15, would it be okay?
Anything's okay. You can do whatever you want. Ultimately, you're going to probably be denied for misrepresentation for getting married in 5 weeks and filing an adjustment in under 90 days, and you'll probably need to do a waiver. But you know, that's what's going to happen. You need a good lawyer. That's also what's going to happen.
So I plan to use you to do my paperwork. So once I use you, everything would be okay?
Will everything be okay for Amika if she uses me? I don't know. I got to ask the Magic 8 Ball. Let's see. It says, I'll tell you the truth. It says ask again later. So I don't know. Maybe. I hope. I'm good, but I'm not a magician. Although the Magic 8 Ball thinks I am.
Right. I understand.
Yeah, all right,
but what I want to know, if for the fact that I got married before the 90 days, is it possible that something can be done? That's what I want to know.
The answer is you need a good waiver. In other words, they're going to deny you for misrepresentation, and then you need a waiver.
Okay, so I'm going to book an appointment to come and see you October the 3rd, and I would like to try and put in everything.
I don't know. Why are you waiting until October 3rd if the affidavit of law is changing October 15th? I'm not a magician. All right, it is now September 18th. Why would you wait 3 more weeks? Come now. I can't do everything last second.
Oh my, I understand, but I won't be able to come in until the 30. After the 30, that's why.
All right, well, do the best you can. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Hold on.
so I'll book the appointment and come in as soon as I can.
All right, okay. To me, unless you're have your legs broken,
right?
You're in a coma,
right?
Or you're trapped under something heavy.
Yep.
This would be the most important thing to do over whatever else she needs to do between now and October 3rd.
Right. And don't forget the good payment plans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, let's go to Fatima in Brooklyn. Fatima.
Hello, hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm happy to take my call because I have very good question for you.
Okay, I've got a good answer, hopefully.
Okay, thank you. I came here. by fiance visa. My husband is a citizen. My husband is a citizen.
You got married?
Yeah, I get married.
Where you from?
At Guinea.
Okay.
And I have children for him. But
You had to run from him, you said?
I said I have children for him.
You have children for him, okay.
Yes, but he refused to file my green card.
Why?
I don't know, and he blocked all my papers.
He what?
And I said he blocked all my papers.
Okay.
Like my passport.
Did he ever, when on the fiance visa, do you have a copy of the I-864 that he filed on your behalf for the fiance visa?
Yeah,
Do you have a copy of the affidavit of support that he filed on your behalf for the fiance visa?
Yes, because one day I see the passport, I take picture.
So you have a,
and
I didn't ask if you have a picture of his passport. I asked if you have a copy of the affidavit of support that he filed for you for your fiance visa.
I don't have anything because he has everything.
All right. So you can, as long as you got married, the law says, and there's a law, it's called matter assesse. If you came on a fiance visa and you got married, you are eligible to adjust your status as long as you can prove it's a bona fide marriage, and obviously you have children, so it's a bona fide marriage with him, provided he had at one time given you an affidavit of support in I-864, which I'm sure he did for the fiance visa, except you don't have a copy of it. So you need to come in, we need to find a copy or request immigration to give us a copy, because it would be from at the State Department at the U.S. Embassy in Guinea, or maybe you can find a copy of it somewhere, or maybe you had a lawyer do it. Did he have a lawyer?
Yeah, I do have a lawyer, but like that paper mean like I-94.
Did he have a lawyer do your fiance visa?
If he has a lawyer?
Did your husband have a lawyer who did your fiance visa, or did he do it on his own?
No, he doesn't have a lawyer.
Okay,
he filed by himself.
All right, so we would have to request a copy of the I-864 from the government. Hopefully it exists, and then you can file on your own whether he chooses to file for you or not. We just need proof that he gave you an affidavit of support at some point.
Okay, so I'm not living with him anymore, but he blocked all that paper. But I have the I-94.
Okay,
like my
so
lawyer
you're
helped
not-
me
so-
to get
so-
my I-94.
Lovely. So you are not listening to me.
Okay.
All we need is a marriage certificate.
Yes, I do have that.
Proof that you came on a fiance visa, which the government already has, and a copy of his affidavit of support that he previously did for you. And then you can file on your own. If you don't have it, if you don't have it, I can get it. Don't
Okay,
say any more.
so-
No more so's. I can help you. Hold on, all right? Because I can't repeat it 3 times. We got to go to the next caller. But I can help you. So
Okay,
hold
no
on.
problem.
All right, okay, hold
Thank
on. All right. Let's go to Krisha in Miami, Florida.
Hi, good evening, Brad.
How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Good. What's going on?
Okay, I have this case. It's a VAWA case.
Mm-hmm.
On Monday, I checked my status online, and it showed that my case, they need an RFE.
Okay.
Okay, I contacted my lawyer. Seems like she sent it. This morning, I checked back my case. When I checked it back, it showed that the case approval was certified by USCIS.
Great.
And it's appropriate to the appellate office, something like that I saw. Is that something good?
It was approved and went to an appellate? What?
Appellate office.
Appeals office.
Yeah, it says, let me tell you what it says, and sent it to the appropriate appellate office.
Sounds like you got denied and your case is on appeal? That doesn't sound like it's approved. Sounds like a denied and case on appeal.
It says case approval was certified by the USCIS. On September 17, 2019, we certified approval of your Form I-360 for Amazon widow and special immigrants.
So you got approved. Congratulations.
Okay.
All right.
So what should I do now?
File an adjustment before October 1st in case they don't extend the law. Hold on. You're like weak. Hold on 1 second. Let's go to Rebel in Alexandria, Virginia. Rebel.
Hi, Brad. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Good. I just have a question. Like, my wife just got here from Ethiopia 5-6 months ago. And then I was just wondering, she's on Medicaid benefit right now because of the emergency.
Right.
And I was hearing about this all public charge and everything. So I was just wondering, would this apply to green card holders? So
it applies to anybody. So in other words, the government can always, if you. Oh, by the way, this is really bothering me, Belgium Kim.
Sorry.
Just move that out of the way. Your hand keeps coming into my screen.
Okay.
It's really bothersome.
I'm so sorry.
I'm watching it every time I answer a question. Yeah, exactly. All right. Thank you very much. All right.
The magic thing.
Yeah, the magic hand. Let me go back to Rebel. He has a serious question. All right. So the answer is this. Okay. Number one, if you give an affidavit of support for your spouse and they collect any sort of government assistance, the government could always go around and come back and try to collect it from you. I've never seen it happen. Okay. Trump says he's going to do it, but I've never seen it happen. But that has nothing to do with the October 15th thing that's coming along. That has to do with you have to earn a higher income in order to prove that your spouse will not go on government assistance, and that has nothing to do with your case because your spouse already has a green card. The only thing you have to worry about is will the government ever come back and haunt you down the line to get reimbursed because you didn't support your spouse. I've never seen them do it in the history of the United States of America.
Okay, other than that, it doesn't affect her because she's a green card holder.
Correct. Right. Okay. The October 15th thing has nothing to do with her.
Okay, I appreciate that, bro. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. All right, let's go to Hyacinth in Tampa, Florida. Hyacinth.
Hey, Brad, how are you doing?
How you doing?
I'm pretty good. Congratulations on educating the public. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right. I filed the I-130 for my single daughter. I'm a citizen on October 28, 2013. How much longer do you think I have to wait?
She's over 21?
Yeah.
All right. Did the case get approved?
Yes.
All right. Let's see where they're at. They're at January 1st, 2013 right now. What's your date?
October priority date, October 28, 2013.
All right. So less than 12 months.
All right. Cool.
All right. Almost there.
All right. That's all. All right.
There.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right. Cool. Thanks.
You're very welcome. Now, I do have to say, we have a fabulous personal injury attorney who does construction accidents.
Yes.
The bulldozer.
Right.
You know who the bulldozer is, right?
Moshe.
He's the bulldozer.
Of course.
So we've had him on several times, and he's here today to discuss who you can trust. This is really important, actually. You get hurt in an accident. Who do you trust?
Yeah.
Who do you trust after you've been injured at a construction site? You would think, I trust my supervisor. I trust the site foreman. You don't trust any of these people. Watch Moshe, you'll see. Every year, 10% of construction workers in the United States get injured on the job. According to the Census of Fatal Occupational Injuries in 2017 alone, 5,147 construction workers died on the job. When an accident leaves a construction worker incapacitated, they and their families lose the financial security they once had. A good attorney is needed to make sure that the injured party is compensated to the highest level, because most of the time, they will never be able to work again. And there is only one bite of the apple when it comes to fighting for full compensation in court. With me to discuss what to do if you or your loved one is involved in a construction accident is Spar and Bernstein's own personal injury attorney, Moshe the Bulldozer Baruch. Moshe, how are you today?
I'm good, Brad. How are you?
When you get injured in an accident, there's people you can trust, and there are people you can't trust. Let's break this down for a second, Moshe. You're in an accident, and you're lying there at the scene. Something fell on your head, you fell from a ladder, whatever the case may be, a scaffolding, Who do you trust? Your colleagues will say, let me drive you to the hospital. Your boss will say, I'm calling the site safety supervisor. Who are you going to trust in this? What are you going to do?
99 out of 100 people, Brad, will say site safety manager or site safety supervisor. Why? Because it's implicit in that name that they're supposed to help you. However, when you get involved in an accident in a construction zone, the last thing you want to do is go to a site safety manager, because those usually are hired by insurance companies. And so their jobs are to mitigate damage and liability as much as possible. You cannot go to those people whatsoever.
They're not on your side.
They're never on your
They
side.
work they work literally for the insurance company to reduce the payouts and risk for the companies that's hiring you.
Or they may outright lie, Brad. Some of these site safety managers lie on paper about how the accident occurred, why it occurred, and so you do not want them to get involved in the beginning of your accident.
Or they'll say you said something that you never said.
Absolutely.
And now somebody will say, well then, how am I supposed to report this? How is somebody supposed to know that this accident happened? What do you do?
So what you do is you dial 911 and you ask for emergency personnel to come get you treatment, and that's when it'll be documented on paper from your perspective about what happened, not from the site safety manager.
The ambulance and the medical personnel and the police and the fire department, whoever comes, those are the public servants who are going to document what happened. Because the public servant, they're just going to document whatever happened. They're not on anybody's side. Correct?
Right. Exactly. They're neutral parties.
They're neutral parties. Okay, so now you go to the hospital. Can you speak to the doctor about what happened? Can you speak to the nurse about what happened? What if your boss calls you on the phone? What do you do?
So you always tell the nurses, the emergency staff at the hospital, the doctors, you always tell them what happened and how it happened. You can even call a lawyer, man. That's my suggestion. Always get a lawyer involved as early as possible. If your employer calls you, do not discuss anything about the accident with him. You just let him know that you're injured, that you can't come into work for whatever reason, but you don't tell him how the accident occurred.
And you can say, thank you for calling. I appreciate your concern. But discussing the accident, because now the employer who's calling you, he may be your friend, but he's also adverse to you.
And do we know why he's adverse to us, Brad? Because he has insurance that gets involved in this accident.
Right.
He does not want his premiums to go up. If maybe it could be even canceled, right? If there's a serious OSHA violation as a result of this accident, serious implications and consequences arise out of this.
Now, I've seen situations where the employer called up and said, well, if you call a lawyer, you're going to be fired.
Well, that's another issue, Brad. First of all, that's illegal. You can't do that. And number two...
But some people are concerned about their job.
Absolutely. And I wouldn't worry too much about that. I wouldn't worry too much about getting fired, because if you're injured, seriously injured in an accident, the last thing you should be worried about is your employer telling you you're not going
to work for a long time anyway.
Exactly. Exactly.
Moshe, tell me about a case where we had a client who followed your advice, and they sat there at the scene. They called the ambulance. They saved our telephone number. They called us. They didn't speak to the employer. They didn't speak to the site safety supervisor. They spoke to the doctor. They spoke to their attorneys here at Spar and Bernstein. Tell us about what happened.
We had a prospect call us immediately after she had a plank fall on her. And at that moment, she called us. She called our hotline, and I immediately told her, I said, look, stay where you are. Don't do anything. And the funny thing is, she didn't even call the police yet. She called us directly first.
She called the lawyer first.
Exactly, and that's the right thing to do, because first of all, she was able to do it, which was great. And I told her, I said, sit where you are.
What do you mean a plank fell on her?
A plank fell on her. It was a gravity-related accident where it just literally fell on top of her head. And thankfully, she had a hard hat on. And so what happened was, when she called us, I said, look, put the phone down, take a video of your immediate surroundings, take some pictures, and then call the police and tell them that you're injured. And thank God she did exactly that, did not speak to the foreman. And the foreman's a big guy in these construction sites, because these are the people you're supposed to follow directions from. She didn't talk to the foreman. She didn't talk to the site safety manager, the supervisor. She called the police. The police came. The EMS noted everything down. We got everything. We created a case for her, and the case settled.
How much did it settle for?
The case settled for $2.5 million.
Wow. Wow.
All because she followed directions. She did what she had to do.
And she's probably never going to work again, right?
Unlikely.
Unlikely to work
As a construction worker, she won't work again.
Well, that's amazing. It's an amazing result. Now, obviously, prior successful results don't guarantee a similar outcome. But I do have to tell everybody that, everybody out there knows somebody who works at a construction site, construction is happening everywhere. You'll walk down in New York City. There's rarely a block you walk down in New York City where there's no scaffolding to cover you from the rain. I don't even have to walk around with umbrellas anymore. So everybody knows somebody who's on a construction site. And God forbid you or your loved one or your friend gets injured. The difference between having a successful result from this injury and having an unsuccessful result is doing the right thing, following our instructions, and getting a good lawyer. Moshe, the bulldozer Baruch's a good lawyer. Save our telephone number. It's 1-800-529-5465. God forbid anything ever happens, you have our number saved. 1-800-529-5465. You call us immediately, 1-800-529-5465. Thanks, Moshe.
You're welcome, Brad. Thank you.
Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. Now, I do have to remind everybody, we do have Instagram accounts. You can follow me at Real Brad Bernstein. If you follow me at Real Brad Bernstein, and you are a member of the Brad Squad, or I just happen to know who you are from making comments on either Facebook or YouTube, you can drop me a DM. I'm happy to answer it if I can quickly. If not, I will obviously tell you to make a consultation, but I would tell you about 7 or 8 out of every 10 DMs I get, I just answer them for free.
Wow.
So you can just follow me at Real Brad Bernstein. In addition, when you follow me at Real Brad Bernstein, you can drop me a comment in my pictures, like my pictures, and follow my travels all around the world. In addition, you can follow at Brad Show Live on Instagram as well. See all the highlights of the best of Brad Show Live from the day before, as well as a lot of our produced pieces and a little behind the scenes as well, and reminders of upcoming shows. When you are commenting and dropping DMs at Brad Show Live, you're not talking to me, you're talking to Little Caesar. Also,
is that her name?
That's her name now.
Little
Caesar, because she eats pizza every day.
Wow.
That's why.
And Little Caesar pizza is pretty good to me.
And and Belgium Kim.
Yeah, I like Little Caesar.
And Belgium Kim and Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias.
You can follow me at Travel Queen Kim, because that's the only real place I post.
Okay, and you can follow me at Jonathan Elias TV. A lot of you guys were asking for videos from my Ethiopia trip. Just click on the highlight where it says Ethiopia. You can see me turn up.
All right, something we like to call social media check-in. Let's do it.
Okay, sorry about that, Jonathan. Our very first question. I got out of the habit of being with another human. It's weird.
Sheesh.
Our first question, I gotta take this one because it's from Jessica Leamy, who said, I'm asking for a friend. If a woman got her work permit through VAWA, is it possible for her husband, who had started counseling and anger management classes, file for her kids who are underage and in Jamaica?
Yes, it's still possible to do it as long as he has an independent relationship with the children. If he's never met the children, he's not going to get through.
All right, our second one comes from Arlene Rose saying, good day to you and your team, Mr. Bernstein. My question to you is a two-part one. How long after a permanent resident citizen filed for her husband and unmarried adult child do they take to get the green card? So this is for a permanent resident and a citizen, but then they also forgot to add that they think it's 2 years for a husband and 5 years for the adult unmarried child for the first question, and about a year or a little over a year for the husband, and about 7 years for adult unmarried child for the second question.
All right.
Does that make sense?
They're giving they asked the question and gave their own answer.
Were they
So I will now give the answer.
So they're saying please correct them if they're wrong.
I got it. All right. So if you're a lawful permanent resident and you're filing for your spouse, if they're here legally in the United States right now, legally, not overstayed, you can file the adjustment right away because the prior dates are current. If they are not in the country or not legal, then you're looking at about 2 to 3 years. For unmarried children of a lawful permanent resident or unmarried children of an American citizen, the wait's more or less the same. It's about 7 years either way, give or take a few months one way or the other. And if you are married to a U.S. citizen and they're here more than 90 days and they entered legally, even if they overstayed, you can file an adjustment immediately, or if they're in another country, it's a little over a year to 18 months.
Our next question is from Kofi, who said, I was denied a U.S. visa before in my country, and when I went for my marriage-based green card interview, the officer asked me if I'd ever been denied a U.S. visa in my country, so I said yes. However, I just realized that in my application form, the answer was no to that question. But I'm not the one who filled out that application. Someone did it for me. Is this going to be a problem given that I said yes in the interview and it says no on the form?
Yes, because it is a misrepresentation. Hopefully you corrected the form and hopefully it was a non-issue, but it could be considered a misrepresentation, and that you don't get the excuse that somebody else filled it out for me and therefore I'm not responsible for what's in it.
Real New Moon on Instagram saying, hey Brad, please, what can I do if my AOS marriage interview case still on review and I didn't receive my EAD? Before the interview, is there anything I can do to get my work permit or work authorization while my case is still on reviewing so I can work to help my spouse?
Yeah, well, file an I-765 properly and you should get it in 6 months. If it's more than 6 months, you've done something wrong, and give me a call.
Syed said, I came to the U.S. as a student. My uncle sponsored me, but now no one's sponsoring me. I'm working, paying taxes, so I'm wondering if I could sponsor myself. And I got a work permit through an abusive relationship with spousal abuse. I'm wondering if after getting a work permit for a year, when can I actually file for the green card?
I think if you got a work permit, you already filed for the green card based on spousal abuse, so it seems like you're doing something wrong or you don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, that does seem that way.
Our next one comes from Evans saying, hey, I've been married 4 years, living with my husband since married. Last year, I sent in my papers to remove conditions. I got a letter from immigration yesterday saying that they need more evidence to prove my marriage is real. It was now. It was, but now my husband is moving out with another woman. What should I do? Please help me.
She has a 2-year card? What does she have?
Mary does not say what she has.
I don't know whether you have a 2-year card or you're pending adjustment, so we got to find out more information.
Wait, no, you need to answer that slower. Okay, I was really trying to parse this down for you, and quite frankly, I can't. So you're going to have to just strap in.
What?
It's a long one. It's a long one.
So, okay, for mine. So the thing is, Evans said that they were married 4 years living with the husband, and last year they sent the papers to remove the conditions.
Okay, so that's okay. So the answer is then you get a divorce.
Right.
Prove it was a real marriage. You were living together for 4 years, and you get to keep your green card. You lost your husband, but you got your green card.
Right. Okay.
Oh man. Okay. Lisa's got a crazy question, and
Lisa Bling.
And I understand
Lisa
it's not.
Sophia.
It's not even Lisa Bling.
Oh, it's a different Lisa.
Lisa Sophia.
All right, just do it.
Yeah.
You can do it!
Said, I'm asking for my friend Mary. Oh, Mary. So Mary said, I just found out a week ago I can apply for VAWA. And then I watched a video yesterday in which Brad says it will run out on September 30th of this year. So I've got very little time. I've been married for 23 years, but we're not living together. It was entered legally, and I overstayed my visitor's visa. In 1997, I had my first INS interview with my husband. They told him to send his taxes, but he refused because his mom was filing for him as a dependent at the time, which the IRS later caught up with her for doing that. He never filed, he never put her on any lease or documents when they lived together, and it was so long ago that she doesn't really have anything. She has a FOIA from their original INS application, which shows a letter of our first joint bank account, and she's got the marriage license with joint address and affidavits also. USCIS has no info on Marie from 1997 until 2012 when she found out, when she was offered a green card. Huh?
Okay.
And then I found out I was offered a green card interview and was obviously denied because I never got the letter. 5 years later, we had moved, and now we've been living separately for the last 15 years. We've been in contact for the last 2 years until about 2 weeks ago. A lawyer said that we could reopen the case and that he would need to give his birth certificate and taxes, and at that point he had said yes, but now won't, and more abuse has happened over the last 2 years. I want to file for myself.
What is the abuse?
It doesn't say what the abuse is.
Okay, because to file an abuse case, one, you got to prove it's a bona fide marriage.
Right.
So where's the bona fides of this marriage? You haven't lived together for 15 years, and you just told us you have no documentation that you ever lived together other than a marriage certificate, which is no proof that you live together, and a bank statement, which in of itself is no proof that you live together.
Right.
All right. So right there, your case fails.
Right.
Number two, VAWA's over in a week. Number three, we have no idea what this abuse is that she's claiming.
Right.
Now, if it's abuse where he literally came over to you, physically beat you, the police had to be called, the police show up and find him beating you, well, now here's proof that you guys have a relationship and there's abuse.
Yeah.
You're living in the same home and there's abuse, domestic violence, it's a different story. But based on what she told me, it doesn't sound very promising.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh, man. All right, Gassan saying, hello, Brad team. Hope all is good. My wife is a green card holder, and she is in the U.S. while I'm living in Lebanon. We're still waiting for almost a year. We filed on the 18th of October, 2018, and we didn't hear anything from USCIS concerning the approval of the I-130. Is this normal, or should we file a mandamus?
Well, you're not at a year yet. The mandamus would be in November. So if you have not heard anything by November or December, I would file a mandamus. The fact that you're from Lebanon would lead me to believe that your case is going to be delayed a very long time. So start thinking about a mandamus in November, December.
Today in a lesson on karma, Jonathan wished me a long question, and now he's got the longest. We've got a question from Allie, who said, I lost my status because my lawyer messed up, and I kept working because neither me nor my employer were ever notified. They ended up reopening it and getting it retroactively approved, and now I'm applying for a green card. Am I under a bar?
What did the lawyer screw up? What was retroactively applied? Who's sponsoring you? How are you getting a green card? And what bar are you talking about? Are you under, a bar?
Like a hotel bar?
Like a hotel bar, a restaurant bar. Right. You have a 10-year bar if you go home. Gymnastics bar. I'm not sure what bar she's referring. Obviously, it's an immigration bar.
Right.
But I'm making a joke. But it's so vague. I have no idea what she's talking about.
Yeah.
All right, for my long one, Kelly Singh saying, good thing this isn't speed round.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'd blow up the studio.
With one question.
First question.
Yeah.
So good afternoon, Brad.
All right, but now, Jonathan, you're back, okay? I hope you were practicing your
reading. I am great.
All right, baby boy. Let's see.
All right, baby boy
has got it. All right.
Kelly, Dr. Baby Boy. You guys. Kelly Singh saying, good afternoon, Brad. I watch your show every week, so thank you. Yeah. My question is, I came from Guyana to pick up my permanent visa, but didn't get it. I'm stuck in Guyana. Nearly 2 years I attempted to use a U.S. passport to go in the USA, but did not use it. I was arrested at the Guyana airport and paid a fine. It finished after maybe 4 years later.
I could. You don't even have to finish telling the question. If you made a false claim to U.S. citizenship, got arrested with a fake U.S. passport, that is a permanent bar to ever getting a green card or entering the United States again. You're going to be stuck in Guyana for life.
So let me see. Okay, let me finish this. Went to USA. So 4 years later, I went to the USA and got married, lived there for 20 years, and I have a daughter. My husband sponsored me, and I came back for my permanent visa. The embassy told me go get my arrest records. Arrest.
Okay, now, and if this happened prior to '96, it's a different law.
Exactly.
When did this happen?
Well, she said that they've been here for 20 years, so it was before.
If it was before '96, there's a waiver. If it was after '96, there's no waiver. That's really what it comes down to. So we got to find out when this false claim to U.S. citizenship was done, what her arrest was, and if it was prior to '96, we'll file a waiver. If it was after
there's
96,
a little bit left, so can I just finish it just in case? She watches every week, so that's the only reason why I'm saying. All right. So my husband sponsored me, and I came back for my permanent visa. The embassy told me to go get my arrest records. The Georgetown Margarita Court said...
Georgetown Margarita Court? Come on.
That's what it says. Listen.
Now that's a court I would be guilty of every day.
Let me just finish this. Right. Yeah, it says is 21 years ago is not a thing, and is there also the Commission of Police gave me a letter saying nothing is on the embassy, do not accept the embassy. Took 3 months to investigate, but did not find anything without information. I cannot enter the U.S. My family is in the U.S. Nearly for 2 years. I'm in Guyana. What advice can you give me?
Okay, first of all, I don't know if there's such a thing as a Margarita Court in Georgetown, Guyana.
Well,
number two, I don't believe, maybe there's some sort of document fraud in Georgetown, Guyana, but the crime is the American crime, not a Guyanese crime of using an American passport when you're not an American. So the evidence of the crime would be somewhere in the United States, wherever you tried to enter the United States with that U.S. passport. It would not be in a Margarita Court in Georgetown, Guyana. I think she needs a consultation. Yeah, maybe it's a magistrate court, not a margarita court.
Oh, well, it said margarita.
No. No. I will be attending the margarita court in Guyana.
So really what it comes down to is this. If you made a false claim, I go back 5 minutes ago, I had the answer already, but Jonathan had to,
Just in case.
had to read it.
Just in case.
If you made a false claim to U.S. citizenship prior to October of 1996, you're okay. There's waivers. If it was done after October 96, you are screwed. So what you need to do is have a consultation with me. Let me figure out what American jurisdiction has these records of your false claim to U.S. citizenship, and then we can figure out what to do.
Okay, and our final question of this round of social media check-in comes from Natalie Reed, who says, when's a good time for my 19-year-old son to put in for his citizenship if he got his green card 3 years ago now?
2 more years.
2 more years.
5 years, unless it was through marriage, and he didn't get his green card through marriage at 16. So it's 2 more years.
Got an easy peasy one for you on that last one.
Right.
So this is an interesting piece we got here, Jonathan.
What do we have here?
The Mr. organization. It's a male modeling competition for young men interested in being part of the entertainment industry. This year was its first international competition, the first Mr. Organization Male Modeling International competition. Candidates from all over the world traveled to New York City for 1 week of events and activities that culminated in the final gala pageant where this year's winner was announced. Our correspondent, Vanessa Contreras, was there for all the action. Let's watch.
Hey Brad Squad, I'm Vanessa Contreras, and tonight I am at the final gala for the Mr. Organization's 2019 Male Model Competition at the Symphony Space Theater in Upper Manhattan. The competitors tonight are gentlemen from all over the world, and tonight's winner will be announced after the evening's final competition. The categories tonight will be formal wear, swimwear, and the gentlemen will have an opportunity to answer a final question. I can't wait to see who's gonna win this, so let's go check it out. Okay, Brad Squad, so I get the chance to hang out with some of the competition before they go on stage. I'm here with Mr. Belgium, Mr. India, and Mr. USA. So gentlemen, what does it mean to be a part of the Mr. Organization?
From my experience, there's been a whole different pageant because this really feels like a family, and it's not like I'm competing against these guys, because tonight we're gonna rock the stage as a team, and everybody may win for me, so they all became my brothers.
We represent our country, so we are the best of the country, so whoever wins tonight, it feels like that I'm the winner, so we are the Mr.
The guys have formed a brotherhood. The pageant's growing every year, so it's great to be a part of the growth of the organization.
Share something special about your country that you're representing tonight.
Despite Belgium being a small dot on the map, we don't have like a typical culture. We live with so many cultures together that we create our own culture in that kind of way. Something you should know is you really should taste our chocolate.
India being a big country, we live among many cultures, many languages, many people, many religions, so we are a country of diversity and integrity. We love everyone and everyone loves us.
Mr. Organization being international this year is great because it's in New York, the most diverse place, melting pot. So these guys all represent this New York essentially, and basically the best person's gonna win tonight.
Thank you so much, guys. Here I am now with Mr. Venezuela and Mr. Sweden. Mr. Venezuela, what does it mean to you to be competing in the Mr. competition?
I mean, this is important position for us, and I try to come New York to walk and trying to be a model, and this exposure can help me.
It means a lot, obviously, because we're all here representing our countries, so we have a big responsibility. However, we're all here because we want to be models. New York is the way, or the place to be for that exposure.
Share with me something special about Venezuela and something special about Sweden that you would love everyone in the audience to know.
My country have a beautiful beach you can go and visit.
So in Stockholm, there's a little bit of Stockholm called Old Town that is gorgeous during winter time and perfect during summertime. So if you ever come to Sweden, any of you guys, just let me know and I'll show you around.
Can you gentlemen just share with me some things that you did in preparation?
I ended up going on one pageant in India. Mr. Organization called me and asked me to come join. I've been very impressed so far, it's been amazing.
To get out of my country is very expensive, but I do everything to stay here with my 12 partners. I love this. This is a dream, this is a family, have a new brother, and we are the Mr.
I wish you the best of luck and let the best man win. And the award for the best model goes to Dominican Republic.
The Best Body Award goes to Cuba! The Mr. 2019 for the first iteration of the international competition, Sweden!
Alrighty, Brad Squad, so I am here with the founder, the organizer, the man that puts this whole show together, Aldo Rivas. What is the Mr. organization and what inspired you to create it?
So I've been working with pageants for a while now, specifically female pageants, and I noticed that there was not a lot of opportunity out there for guys that had the same passion for modeling. So we wanted to build a foundation, and we started locally in New York, giving the opportunity to candidates from different states in the United States, and now we just evolved the competition into an international pageant.
What inspired you to turn this into an international edition?
Living in the United States, you are exposed to so many different cultures and nationality and diversity, and to me it was always very interesting if we had the opportunity to continue to learn and bring candidates from different countries and explore all the things that New York City has to offer. They all lived together for a week, and we shared a lot of our culture, our food, our music, so I think that was the most important thing.
I know that you're of Dominican descent. Would you share with the Brad Squad a little bit about your immigration story?
I had just finished college in the Dominican Republic. I had no opportunity to work when I finished college, and I felt so frustrated. And I remember back in 2007, I moved to New York, and I overstayed my visa, just like many other immigrants that come from their countries, and I struggled a lot until my situation was resolved. And thankfully, eventually, I was able to build the Mr. organization. So what I'm trying to say to all the people out there that are going through the same struggle, everything is possible. Believe in yourself, and you are able to do it. This country gives us so many different opportunities as long as you work hard and you are determined in your dreams and the things that you want to accomplish. Sooner than later, your situation is going to get better.
Hey, Brad Squad, so I have the pleasure of being with one of our honorary judges, Orlando Torres. So how do you feel being one of the people deciding and choosing a winner?
I think being a judge is kind of tough. It's actually very nerve-wracking, and you have to be fair and make sure that you pick the best one. But at the same time, it kind of makes you feel good that you are part of that.
What was something that you were looking into particularly with choosing a winner?
To me, I think it's a lot about personality. I think a lot of pageants, they kind of go towards the body and the looks, but that has to come match your personality and how comfortable you are in front of people and everything. So that was a key part for me to look at.
I know you're of Dominican descent. Can you tell me a little bit about your family's immigration story and how you're here today?
I came here about 15 years ago. I learned English about 13 years ago. My whole family is here from my dad's side, and my mom's side is still there, so I kind of feel for the both. Being here means a lot, mostly because of the opportunities that you get. I am thankful to be here, to be honest, and I feel like I belong here already. So although I have great heart for my home country, the Dominican Republic, and I usually go back often, very happy to be an immigrant in this country.
This is Christian from Peru.
Ayer fue Independencia del Perú.
It was Independence Day in Peru, so he's very proud to have been here today representing his country. I am here with our first runner-up, Mike from the Netherlands. How does it feel? I mean, the night is over, but you turned out to be one of our winners. Tell me about how you feel.
Excited. I didn't expect it at all, so it was a really surprise, but right now the feeling is overwhelmed.
And this is your first time here. How do you feel about New York so far?
Really, really good. Yeah, you only see the things in the movies, and now you're standing there, so it's awesome, yeah.
So, Brad Squad, I am here with the winner, the new 2019 Mr. from Sweden, Marcus. How do you feel? We got to interview you earlier, before you got the title, and now you won. Congrats!
I saw the other contestants, and I was like, you know what, they're all gonna win, because they all look amazing, their personalities represent their countries, and they're all amazing in every single way. And watching them on the catwalk, I was blown away, and I was like, I'm just happy to be here.
What do you have to say for your supporters, for even your competitors?
I'm gonna start off with the guys behind the stage, and you come into a competition and you got people helping you and supporting you. It's crazy. We've been talking about this the whole week. It's like we're a family, and we're competing as a team and not individually, and we've been killing it, all of us. And I mean, it's been amazing, and just having my family and friends back in Sweden who support me through this, and yeah, it's simply amazing.
We wish you the best of luck from the Brad Show, and we can't wait to see all the great things that you'll accomplish this year. Well, Brad Squad, I had such a great time tonight at the Mr. Organization's modeling competition. I couldn't decide if the formal wear, those gentlemen in those handsome tux, or the swimwear was my favorite. But congratulations to all the candidates that participated tonight. They all expressed their cultures so beautifully, and I can't wait to see what comes from the Mr. Organization. Checking out till next time, Brad Squad.
All right. Very good job there by Vanessa.
That was good.
Yeah, we like Vanessa. By the way, you know, Julian, the TriCaster guy, just whispered in my ear that he wants to do a Mr. Bradshaw live organization.
Whoa.
And he's like, we got, you know, Baby Boy Yo-Yo, we got Uncle Brad, we got Julian, the TriCaster guy, Party Rock, and Coolio.
That would
and
be
we're all going to start in our formal wear.
I'm actually down for it.
We're all going to start in our formal wear, and then we're going to transition into swimwear and casual wear. We will then be asked an immigration question at the end, and a personality question, and it will be all judged by Jilly Bean, Belgium Kim, Little Caesar, and J Cube and Pat Rice.
This sounds
do it.
like the funnest work day.
I'm actually super down for that.
I'm going to tell you
100%
something. Listen, I don't like to bribe anybody, but if I were to lose, there may be something less in everyone's paycheck. But if I were to win,
there it is.
Perhaps there may be a bonus. Wink, wink.
Listen, I will
Very
come.
bribable. Very bribable.
I will come with boogers in my nose. A piece of underwear on my head, blackout during the questions.
He's using that paycheck round too.
There you go.
That's a good point. That's a real good point.
Let's go do what do we call it? Speed round.
Yes. What are we doing?
Well, Jessica Levy, she's not going to be judging. She says Baby Boy wins hands down.
Them fighting words with the rest of the squad.
She didn't even see anybody walk around in their formal wear yet, and she already pronounced the winner.
I don't agree because my check doesn't agree with that either.
It's perfectly fine. You can be poor in a winner.
Definitely throwing it.
You can be poor winner.
A poor, good-looking one. Nah.
I'm a loser anyway, so I'd rather be a rich loser.
That part.
All right, Julian, put 2 minutes on the. All right, we're going to do 15 questions.
Oh, snap.
Yes,
All right.
All right. You ready?
Yep. Linda said, I make $21,000 a year, but I could make more, but I go see my husband twice a year. Is that going to affect me on my on public charge?
Yes, go make more.
Dornette says, how long after fingerprint they reply?
Within months.
Almighty said, what forms when do the forms I-130 and I-45 expire?
When do they expire? Whenever the expiration date on the actual form says it expires.
Verona says, just need to know filing for my husband in Jamaica. I'm still using Fidelis with Medicaid. Will it affect the filing?
Yes.
Andre said, can I help my parents get a visitor's visa? I'm a permanent resident.
No, they apply on their own.
Mary says, can someone give you an affidavit of support if they don't have a lot of money in the bank?
Yes, it's based on your income.
So Maura said, can a state ID and passport be used as the proof of citizenship in an I-130 for a spouse overseas?
State ID and what?
And passport.
Yes.
Mr. Willie says, why the USCIS now send RFE to everybody? Because I'm sure I sent the marriage certificate copy and translation.
You screwed the case up, that's why. Next.
Alejandra said the S-386 fairness for high-skilled immigrants, is it going to be passed by Senate this Thursday, and what will be its main consequences?
I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller.
Darren says, if you have a joint sponsor and they have an unborn child, would they have to count the child as one of the dependents on the affidavit of support?
Christian said, I'm currently filing this SIJ. I-360. I did my fingerprints a couple months ago. How long do you think it will take to get my EAD? I live in MA.
Less than 6 months.
Camara says, under immigration law, is a 17-year-old considered a minor?
Depends what it's for.
Elizabeth said, how long is an affidavit support good for if you're married?
A year.
Kenny says, if someone overstayed on a particular address coming to the U.S., is it okay for another person to use that same address and don't get denied by the embassy?
Yeah, why not?
Javel said, can someone file an I-20 from while on a visiting visa?
Yes.
Woo!
By the way, you don't file an I-20. You get an I-20, and then you can
Doesn't
apply.
matter, Bob.
I don't
Doesn't
care.
matter.
And then you can apply for the student visa. I was ready to jump onto the table. I said, I'm going to.
Listen.
I'm so happy you didn't throw it. Because listen, my first day back, y'all wasn't about to blame me.
I was ready to blame you. You were very slow.
I wasn't.
I got slow on a
Right, but then
couple.
also it was me because I didn't hear the question.
Right. Now, I will say, when I saw 11 seconds happen, I was like, this dude's about to duck under, and we could have gotten
and I looked at it,
So
I was
I
like,
appreciate you sticking it out. Don't you
I
dare.
stuck it out.
Thank you.
All right, comments of the day, Belgium Kim. Comments of the day. And Yo-Yo.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you can give a comment too. Let's see.
All right. I'll give the first one then. Our first one comes from Island Girl saying, I'm moving to Ethiopia. I want to be 7 years younger too.
That's right. I don't blame her.
Listen,
That's right.
I was in my 20s again out there and it felt great. Let me say, 7 years younger. Shoot, it felt great.
Did the hangovers feel like you were in your 20s?
I had no hangovers because we drank only Black Label and I didn't have to pay for
Right,
none
because
of
the
it.
hangover won't be for 7 more years.
There you go. Oh, so I'll feel it 7 years later.
Right.
No wonder. That makes sense.
That's going to be a rough one.
So Sam, as part of the production,
Verona Wright Ingram said, Brad is the best. I've got at least 4 family members that he's helped.
Oh,
wow.
That's very nice.
You are truly a Wright Ingram family lawyer.
Right.
My God.
And apparently you helped some of my family and I didn't even know.
That's right.
All right, our third one comes from Mr. Willie VIP saying, I missed the show, but I understand Daddy Brad needs vacation sometime because he came more relaxed.
That's right.
Yeah. Daddy Brad.
I am very relaxed.
Are you?
I had a very nice weekend. Very good.
You're glowing.
I'm glowing,
You're feeling,
yes.
That's fantastic. Tally said, you need the best lawyer in NYC, and his name is Brad Bernstein.
I agree. Thank you,
That's
Tally
right.
Tally.
Nice. And our last one for today, Don Harriet saying, educate, entertain, and inform. That's what this show represents.
Whoa, I'm going to use that.
I like that. Educate, entertain, and inform.
Yeah.
Remember that, Julie Bean. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.